Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to do a video of how to collect sports cards. The way I collect sports cards is different than some other people. I'm just telling you what worked for me for probably about the last 30 years. So before I get to it, please hit that like button, comment down below, please subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will be opening more packs and boxes and different things like that. But today I'm going to talk about collecting. And I first started back in around 1987, 88, and back then it was mostly baseball and football, no basketball. And for the majority of the next 15 years or so, or maybe 10 years, it was the junk wax era for me. So a lot of cars that I bought back then were basically $1, $2 cards. And then the mid 90s is when the inserts and things like that really started to stand out, and those cards became more valuable. And then the LeBron James era, and all the way up to Steph Curry, and then you got Giannis and those guys all the way up to now. So from what I've seen is I rather do retail than hobby, because the hobby boxes are ridiculous, some of the prices that they're asking for. Now, if you can afford a box of National Treasures, which I've seen a few box breaks on National Treasures, those cards are awesome. Like I seen Luka Doncic RPA pulled out of there, and like cards like that, you will only wish to pull out of retail. Probably the best card I ever pulled out of retail, I would say, was Kobe Bryant auto, um, numbered to like 25 or something like that. So it was a parallel. So I mean, right now I kind of have an idea how much it's worth, and I don't at the same time. And other than that, maybe pulled a few cool jersey cards. But as far as getting big hits, like I haven't pulled anything. Like I seen a guy pull a Larry Bird the other day, RPA, or not. It was just a patch auto. But stuff like that I've been trying to pull for years, and no, I mean that's just like a dream or something that they sell you to buy the boxes or the products. Now it's gotten a lot better to me with Panini licensed basketball. The value of the cards are more stable than what they were back then. Because even like if you look at these cards here, like back in the day, you would have all these different rookie cards, and you'd be lucky if one of them was worth $5, and the guy could be the greatest player of all time, and his cars aren't worth that much because it was mass produced. So with that being said, the cars nowadays are, to me, the hobby, and the direction that the hobby's going is much more stable. And if you look at like some of the cards I have here, you have a Doncic and Trae Young. Those are the hot ones in basketball. Obviously, this year, the Rookie of the Year and the runner-up and things like that. Compared to years past. But I've seen that the big uptake to me was when LeBron James came into the league, and that's when the prices like really got ridiculous. And If you look at 1996, 97, when Kobe came in the league, it was a big rush, hobby-wise, for Kobe. But, some of his cards, some of his retail like cards aren't as valuable. But, hey, to each his own. Sometimes you can, get that box like of Noah or, you know, those different ones, even like a Prism Hobby box, and who knows what you might get. But to me, I'd rather get the retail. I'd rather have quantity over quality. If you really want a player, to me, if you really want a player or a certain specific card, then go to eBay or a car show and go get it. Instead of, spending a whole bunch of money on a hobby box, which you're going to get a bunch of players that you don't want, and then you might get the one you want, you know. But, to me, buying retail, you can get, instead of one Doncic, you might can get 4 for a quarter of the price. So that's just me, but, you never know. Some of the ones that I bought recently, and then I got 2 jersey cards and 1 auto. And I'll show you right now type of auto that you get out of retail. And it stinks. It stinks sometimes. But, with that being said, you know, that's another Luka, that I gotta find somewhere to put up, Bagley. I gotta find somewhere to put those guys up. Another Doncic, So I'd rather have that any day. Any day. Instead of paying, thousands and thousands of dollars for a box. But, like I said earlier, you can get the big card, the one that I might have dreamed of only having, and you pull it out of hobby, and then hey, I gotta go to the local car shop or somewhere to go purchase it, eBay or a car show or something. That's an example of a auto out of retail. Like, it's great. You put an auto, but that's not the type of autos that I want out of retail. Especially when you buying and buying and buying. You want to pull some PC guys. I know I do. Some people, love it. And I remember Herb Williams when he played, and I wasn't PCing his cards in, but hey, he played in the NBA for, maybe a decade. He was a veteran, so I mean, hey, at least he played. Some of these players that you get, they probably in the D League somewhere trying to make it to the NBA. I don't understand that either. Why do they put those guys in here? Just put some stars in there so when some kid opens a box, they can, get a player that they want or someone they actually seen play or heard, stories about, legend. It's enough legends around that you can put their stuff in retail and leave the scrubs out. This is my opinion. But, over the years, the hobby's been good and not so good. So, it's all up to you what you guys like. But me, I like bangers. I'd rather have bangers any day of the week, and still have, some money left over. But like I said, just looking at this box here, it says retail exclusive gold standard rookie jersey autographs red and rookie autos red and more. I haven't pulled any of those out. I have not pulled any of those out of any of those boxes specifically, and I've bought maybe about 15 boxes. So, that's kind of stuff that you have to deal with when you're collecting, retail, you know. But that's why I like blaster boxes. Sometimes a blaster box, yeah, you can hit big, and then sometimes you keep trying and see somebody else hit big and like nowhere to be found. Where, because I try hard to pull a Luka jersey card and Trae Young jersey card and Ayton and Jaren Jackson Jr. and Marvin Bagley III. And the closest I got was Mo Bamba. And then you get Wendell Carter Jr. and Colin Sexton and Shai, which Shai looks like he's the best out of the last few I mentioned. I don't know Michael Porter Jr., but that's the kind of things that you have to deal with when you're buying retail. And retail is that lucky pool. It's like one in the entire city. So, you never know. But it's fun. It's very fun. But, one other thing that I would mention too, when you get your cards, this is considered a raw card. When you get a card of a player that is like really good, just say for instance, like Jaren Jackson Jr. Now, if you can see here, you have to put the card inside inside a penny sleeve, so it doesn't get damaged. Because anything can happen. Anything can happen. And after you penny sleeve it, you put it inside a case like this. And once it's inside a case, that card is pretty much protected. Very, very rare that something can happen to that card. But also, if you get a thick card, which I don't have any right now, but I'm not gonna go looking for one, but one that's thicker that you can put a jersey card or something in. You need a different type of sleeve or sleeve and a top loader for it, because it's too small. And what'll happen is you put the card in there and then it'll damage the card. And you don't want to damage the card. You try hard to get a jersey card or hit auto or something, and then it gets damaged. So that's another thing. And then probably one of the last things is graded cards. You have to be careful getting those graded cards, because they could come back to you cracked. And some of them are trimmed and people don't even know it. So that's my problem that I had with eBay. I never bought on eBay before, but I've seen some interesting cards on eBay. And I'm constantly on eBay looking. But one thing that I do is I'd rather be in person, but you never know. To each his own. One of these days I'm gonna get that eBay itch and buy on eBay, because some cards you can try as much as you want and you cannot find that particular card, and it's on eBay. But do your research on eBay. And this thing right here, this Beckett book, that right there, let's send a shout out right there. That's the one right there. To me, is what you go by when you collect. It'll tell you how much a card's going for, or the top price for that card and the low price for that card. And you want to meet somewhere in the middle, and that's kind of where eBay comes into it, But eBay's prices are different than Beckett prices. So, that's another thing to be mindful of. I think other than that, that is gonna do it for the video. Please hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and continue to enjoy the hobby. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else that that I want to share with you guys? Please hit that notification button, because I will be opening more, like I said, packs and boxes and things like that. And and the hobby changes. It changes a lot, like the hot list changes a lot. Someone can get injured, they can get in some legal trouble, and before you know it, that card is going down like the Titanic, something. So you know, I mean, obviously this year I'm going crazy with Doncic and Trae Young, but just hope that nothing happens to these guys, and their cards can go up and make it worth all the chasing I've been doing after these guys. So other than that, I'm going to end the video. You guys have a good day.